Hello everyone, this is Mystic Goddess with your general reading. So today we're going to see what's going on with your twin flame currently when it comes to love. This reading is for everyone of every zodiac sign, so feel free to switch the energies around as needed. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into these messages. Give me messages please, Holy Spirit. For everyone that watches this reading, what is going on with my viewers twin flame when it comes to love? What is going on with my viewers twin flame when it comes to love? 2 more shuffles. All right. So let's see what comes out here. All right. So at the bottom of the deck, we have I'm jealous. So, of course, your twin is jealous right now. They could feel as though you're entertaining someone else, or they could think that you're no longer interested in them. Right beside that, we have the way we met was definitely fated. They feel as though the two of you were meant to meet. There's something that they feel was a huge coincidence, but deep down they know that it wasn't a coincidence at all. We have spiritual growth here as well. They could be working on their spiritual growth. I also feel like you have outgrown your twin. They're admitting that you made them realize some things about themselves, okay? So I feel like your twin may have realized that they have some shadow aspects that they need to work on, or you just showed them their true self. Wow. Give me more. They're also worried about you having a good time with someone else, okay? There's something that you and your twin would do together, and they're worried that you're going to do it with someone else. Use your imagination when it comes to that. We have, please save a spot for me in your heart, and that came out in reverse. They feel as though you're moving on. They could also think that they did something that you deem as unforgivable. At the top of the deck, we have, I remember you from our past life. So that's just confirmation in regards to your twin feeling as though when the two of you first met, that they already knew you, or you didn't feel like someone that they were meeting for the first time. The reason why the connection was so strong when the two of you first met is because you have had past lives with one another. So it gave kind of kindred spirit type of vibes. I feel like the two of you connected instantly. At the bottom of the deck, we have you help me to heal my wounds. So you do heal your twin, okay? But I feel like they still have a tendency to go after things that have no value, especially on a spiritual level, okay? I traded in gold for Chuck E. Cheese coins. So your twin may have prioritized something or someone else over you. They could have chosen someone else over you, but that person doesn't benefit them, not on a spiritual level. So they feel like they traded in their blessings for something or someone who is worthless. See, you give your twin peace, and there's nothing like peace of mind, okay? You can't buy peace. You can fake like you have peace, but there's something about you that makes your twin better. Give me more. What is going on with my viewers twin flame? Thank you. All right, we have third party is blocking union. So there's someone who has obviously interfered in the connection between you and your twin, okay? But they have to take some accountability when it comes to that. If anyone interfered in the connection between the two of you, it's because they allowed them to. Your twin could have put you in a third party situation, or there's just someone who influences them in a negative way. Right beside that, we have your rejection would destroy me. So they don't take rejection well. They seem to be watching you from fake accounts, okay? And they could be doing it because they feel as though you're disinterested. So yeah, they either watch your social media from fake accounts. That's if you have social media. But for others of you, I feel like they may reach out to you in some way, but they're not using their own phone number, or there's something that they're doing to spy on you or to try and keep tabs, but it's indirectly. For a few of you, there could be someone who's close to them who keeps an eye on you for your twin. They could view your social media from someone else's account, but if you do not have social media, I just feel like they could be calling you from blocked numbers, private numbers, or calling you from someone else's phone just to see if you'll answer or just to see if you'll respond. So yeah, they're also spying on you to get little hints in regards to whether you will reject them when they come in. They're really worried about that. And see, one of the reasons why your rejection would destroy them is because when you were open and vulnerable with your twin, I feel like they rejected you or they made you feel ignored. You know, you don't miss your water until your well runs dry. And so if you were to reject them now, I feel like it would send them spiraling. And it's mainly because they know that if they would have just done right with you, if they would have reciprocated your energy back when you were open and vulnerable, they wouldn't have gotten themselves in a position to be rejected in the first place. So it's just giving energy of them not really being able to handle that they got themselves into this mess. They don't want to think that you rejecting them is something that they could have prevented. They would rather for it to be because you just don't want to deal with them anymore. But to know that they had your heart in the palm of their hand and they fumbled you, and now you're closed off and willing to reject them. You're willing to set up boundaries. It destroys them. It sends them spiraling. We also have, I need to tell you how I truly feel. So they are hiding their feelings. They do want to come in with communication. But at the same time, I just feel like they're worried that you're not going to respond the way that they want you to. Give me more. Wow, that was a lot. I'm going to take the first card that's showing, and then I'm going to put the others in the deck. All right, so we have, I wasn't ready for you then, but I'm working on it now. So they're admitting that they were not ready to give you the commitment that you deserve when the two of you first met. But see, the audacity is, I feel like they may have led you on to an extent. They may have made it seem as though they were ready for a commitment. They were ready to settle down. That they weren't with any games. But their actions proved otherwise. So they're admitting that they're working on themselves. But I do feel like they have certain people around them who are keeping them stuck and stagnant when it comes to their growth. Give me more. What is going on? Thank you. All right. We have, I only chose them for selfish, superficial reasons. I feel so foolish now that it's over. So they're admitting that they went towards someone else, or they prioritized someone else over you for selfish and superficial reasons. Could be that they were using someone, or they were being an opportunist. Whatever they were going toward that person for, it doesn't really have any value. So now they feel like a fool. No wonder they're saying that they traded in gold for Chuck E. Cheese coins. The way that you have helped to heal your twin in certain aspects is something that they could use for the rest of their life. The way that you have helped them, it contributes to their growth on a soul level. And see, that's priceless. I see it as you literally helping your twin to find themselves or to save their soul. So yeah, they're feeling like a fool because they chose someone else, or they prioritized someone else over you, and it was for all of the wrong reasons. Give me more. I heard regal. So I don't know if your twin wants to live a regal life, or it could be that what you offer is regal. You're regal. You have regal energy. Thank you. All right. We have I want to raise a family with you. That card came out crossing. Divine connection. And we also have I look at your pictures every day. And those other two cards came out crossing as well. So your twin is definitely a distorted masculine or a distorted feminine. Okay. Also, with this card coming out crossing, it lets me know that some of you may have questioned whether this person is truly your twin. Some of you could be feeling as though they're a karmic. Now, for others of you, I just feel like your twin didn't treat this connection in a divine manner. I keep hearing raise hell. Raise hell. With the I want to raise a family with you card coming out crossing, it lets me know that your twin may want to be a family with you, or they may want to have a family with you, but it may be for the wrong reasons. Now, for others of you, I feel like your twin may not be a family man or a family woman at this moment. They do stare at your photos. They could possibly be looking at old text messages that the two of you shared. I feel like they keep those things as a keepsake. Now, they look at your photos or your text messages just to reminisce, or almost like they want to relive a certain time period, or re-experience a certain time period when the two of you were happier with one another, when things were a lot better between the two of you. But those same pictures or text messages also bring them sorrow at the same time. So it's kind of bittersweet. At the bottom of the deck, we have if I called you, would you answer? So again, they're afraid of rejection. But see, they're needing your pure love. I feel like they're not used to anyone loving them unconditionally, okay? They're not used to that. They may have been raised off of struggle. Could have been raised in a dysfunctional family. So when they experience pure love from you, they didn't know how to take it. It's like they don't know how to accept love. And it's hard for them to show love. But they may even claim that they know what love is. They may have told you that they're in love with you. But they've never experienced the type of love that they felt from you. They may have even felt like the type of love that you were giving them didn't exist. May have felt like things were too good to be true. For some of you, I feel like when you initially met your twin and the two of you started to develop feelings for one another, they may have questioned your love for them, or they question the sincerity of it. Okay, this is someone who's used to people doing things for them but wanting something in return. They're used to people having hidden motives in regards to why they do certain things for them or why they treat them a certain way. Like whenever someone is nice to them, they think it's because that person must want something. They think that there's a catch to everything. So they were caught off guard when they started to realize that your love is actually pure. At the bottom of the deck, we have, I'm going to make this up to you. So they are going to come in trying to make things up. They're going to try to come in and clean up a situation between the two of you. But Spirit also wants you to focus on cleansing negativity, okay? I just feel like whenever you are connecting with your twin and they're not operating from their higher self, it could affect you to an extent. And I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. But it's giving energy of your thoughts being a lot more cluttered whenever you're dealing with them, or your thoughts are all over the place. It could even be the same way when it comes to your emotions. For a few of you, they constantly think about the last time that the two of you made love to each other. This message is very specific for those of you who have had an intimate encounter with your twin. They think a lot about the last time. But see, with the cleanse, your space card being here, it also lets me know that your twin has dirty energy, okay? They may need to take a spiritual bath. They may need to cleanse. If you only knew how much I love you. So they're in love with you. And if you have been intimate with them on a sexual level, I feel like they would possibly try and express how much they love you through the sexual acts, okay? But if the two of you have not connected on a sexual level, I feel like if you were to choose to connect with them in that way, they would try to express their love for you through sex. Give me another card. Thank you. All right, we have, I need to tell you how I truly feel, and what I said to you still haunts me. I didn't mean it. So there's something that they said to you, and it was hurtful. They said it in the moment. They said it without thinking, but at the time that they said it with all of their chest. But whatever it is, it hit below the belt. It may have even been dirty and low down. But they're regretting it. They're saying that they didn't mean it. They may want to apologize to you about that. We have, I am full of pain at the bottom of the deck. So your twin has been through a lot. And I also feel like they associate love with pain, which is really sad. They're used to the people they love hurting them. We also have, I don't love them the way I love you. So that's just confirmation that if they are dealing with anyone else, the connection is nothing like the connection that they have with you. And I'm not sure where this moth came from that's in my space. It just kind of came out of nowhere. So I guess that's symbolic of your twin being drawn to you like a moth to a flame. Very attracted to your light. Your light heals them. It's your light. It's the way that you carry yourself. It's your positive energy. It's your optimism. It's the way that you speak life, the way that you encourage, the way that you motivate, the way that you're kind. Sadly, there are some people who don't get to experience those things on a regular basis. So you heal even without knowing that you're healing. Some of you may have given someone advice, even if it's not your twin. You may have talked to someone about the situation that they're going through, and they tell you how they feel better. They just felt better talking to you. You didn't have to do anything to fix the issue. All you had to do was speak life. You have a powerful voice. Give me another card. Thank you. All right. We have our union will happen in this lifetime. And if you notice, the card fell out on top of I need to tell you how I truly feel, as well as I don't love them the way I love you. So it lets me know that regardless of who they're connecting with currently, they still view you as the one that they're going to spend the rest of their life with. At some point, they're going to leave this other person behind. It's giving placeholder type of energy. We have I feel so guilty at the bottom of the deck. So there's something that they did or something that they said and they feel guilty about it. I never want to lose you again. So they could feel guilty because they feel as though they contributed to losing you. Deep down, they feel as though they're the reason why you're distant. They're the reason why you are considering walking away or why you have walked away. They may not show it, but they feel guilty about it because they had it made when they were with you. There's nothing like peace and happiness. That's why they don't ever want to lose you again. And they know that you didn't deserve whatever it is that they have done or whatever it is that they've said to you. But yeah, they definitely need to work on healing. We have childhood trauma. So they projected traumas onto you. Remember what I was telling you guys about me hearing raise hell? I kept hearing raise hell. They may have grown up in a household where there was an adult there that would just raise hell all the time. I don't know if any of you have ever heard people who are older say that someone is full of hell. That's what it's giving for your twin. They feel as though they're full of hell because they were raised by a hell raiser. Someone would raise hell. So yeah, they may have projected their childhood traumas onto you. I feel like they did not grow up with a stable family life. And their intention was to be everything that a parent wasn't. They wanted to be everything that that parent wasn't. And they wanted to be completely different than the parent. But deep down, they feel as though they're just like that parent. I feel like they catch themselves doing or saying things that remind them of whoever was raising hell. Even if they do have children, they wanted to raise their children differently. They wanted their children to have a different upbringing than they have. If they don't have children currently, if they were to have children in the future, that would be their intention, but I just don't see it working out that way. A broken home broke your twin. That's what I'm getting. A broken home broke them. So sad. I feel like they may have also had a parent or whoever raised them would guilt trip them at times. They would guilt trip them. Make them feel as though their feelings were not valid. Someone invalidated them. That's why they don't express themselves. Because when they would do it as a child, they would be left unheard or they were made to feel invalidated. they were made to feel as though their feelings, their thoughts didn't matter. So eventually they close themselves off and stop expressing their thoughts and feelings altogether. For a few of you, your twin may have came off with energy like they didn't really care if they lost you, or like they didn't need you. They may have even came off as though they didn't want you. But now they're in the energy of never wanting to lose you again. They've experienced life without you, and it's not good. It sucks. Give me one more card to end the reading. What is going on with my viewer's twin flame? Thank you. All right, we have, I'm working on healing my unhealthy, toxic ways. And that card came out crossing. Now, if you notice, it fell out on top of, I only chose them for selfish, superficial reasons. I feel so foolish now that it's over. So there's a few things when it comes to this card. For one, they are trying to heal their unhealthy and toxic ways, but they keep reneging. It's like they always find themselves going back to those unhealthy choices, that toxic lifestyle. Is very hard for them to stay on track. But it's also giving energy of your twin not liking to be made a fool of, or they don't like feeling like a fool. Someone has made them feel like a fool, but I feel like it was when they were growing up. Someone could have made them feel like they were foolish, like they were, I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to say it. They may have also grew up in lack. Okay, so they may not have always had the nicest things. So as an adult, it may have made them a little bit superficial. I feel like as a child, if they did live in lack, or if they compared themselves to their peers and they didn't feel as though they had the same things that their peers had on a material level, it made them feel less than. And so at some point they became superficial, and they started to value people by what those people have. They would, how can I put it? They would associate value with material possessions. That's how they would value a person or judge a person's value. But yeah, they have a lot that they need to work on. I do feel like they're doing some of the work, okay? But they have to learn to be selfless. They have to learn that material possessions do not define their worth. Material possessions do not define their value. And they also have to understand that admitting that you're wrong doesn't make you a fool. Only a fool thinks that they're always right. Only a fool thinks that they always know everything. So they need to look at things differently, okay? They're doing some healing work. They're trying to change some of their unhealthy ways. They're trying to change some of their toxic behaviors, but I feel like they're kind of stuck in them a little bit, or they have some habits that are really hard to break, because those toxic habits, those unhealthy habits are their coping mechanisms. It's their way of making themselves feel better. It's their way of numbing themselves. It's their way of feeling as though they have value. It's their way of feeling worthy. It's really sad. So yeah, they're jealous at the moment, possibly thinking that you are involved with someone else. And they could be thinking that way because they seem to be entertaining another person. But they are still in love with you. They think a lot about the way that the two of you met. They feel like it was a once in a lifetime opportunity for the two of you to cross paths. Okay, it happened in a very coincidental type of way, but at the same time, deep down, they know that it happened exactly the way that it was supposed to happen, because it happened at the perfect timing. They are hoping that you'll save a place for them in your heart, but a part of them feels as though they've lost that spot. The two of you have shared multiple past lives with one another, and so your twin has a lot of debt, karmic debt that they need to balance out. And I feel like a lot of the mistakes that they made in their past lives with you followed them into this lifetime. They're supposed to make it right, but they've kind of lost their way a little bit. You do help to heal your twin. Of course, they have to do the healing work themselves, but you can definitely help them along, but not at your detriment. They're worried about you rejecting them or ignoring them. They do want to reach out to reveal some of their feelings and to reveal what's on their mind, but they're worried that you're not going to answer, or they're just worried about how you'll respond. They do look at your photos, or they look at text messages from you, and it's kind of bittersweet because it brings them pleasure, but it also brings them pain. They feel guilty for a lot of their choices. If there is a third party involved, they may also feel guilty because it's not what they did, it's how they did it. I feel like there were a lot of lies involved. Okay. Whatever they said to you that was hurtful, it haunts them. I feel as though they think about it a lot. They want to tell you that they didn't mean it. They want to tell you that they were just in the moment. But it's not okay for hurt people to hurt people. They're saying that if you knew how much they truly love you, and if you knew the extent of their trauma, that you would understand why they are so wishy-washy, or you would understand why they operate so much out of pain. But see, they can't keep using their childhood trauma and what people did to them as an excuse. They can't do that. See, that's your twin's problem. Instead of looking at whatever happened to them in a different perspective, they're stuck on what this person did to them, what that person did to them. They, you, he, she. It's never me. That's the only way that they're going to heal. They have to understand that if they were raised in a broken home, it's not their fault. It didn't have anything to do with them. And parents are not always right. A lot of times we have traumatized parents, or parents who are full of trauma. Unfortunately, they're raising children and causing damage to those children. It doesn't necessarily mean it was intentional, okay? But I just feel like they were raised in a home that lacked peace. So they have to understand that if they were raised in a broken home, the person who raised them also had a lot of demons. It's not okay. It doesn't make it right, but that's where unconditional love comes in. See, your twin, I feel like they kind of love with terms and conditions to an extent. They need to understand that they don't have to hold on to this trauma. They don't have to hold on to those wounds. It's okay to release them. It's okay to move on. But see, they know if they release them and do the healing work, then they have no excuse for continuing to behave in a certain manner. Then they have to take accountability for it. They don't want to. So they rather hold on to the trauma so that they can blame their choices and blame how their life turned out on someone else. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. They don't want to have to take accountability for how their life has turned out. That's why they hold on to the trauma. It's really sad. It's really sad. So yeah, when your twin comes in, just make sure that you use healthy boundaries, okay? Make sure that you do whatever you need to do in order to protect your peace, to protect your emotional and your mental health, because that should be a priority for you. Your twin has to fight their own battles. They have to do the healing work. You can show them the way. You can encourage them, but you can't just heal the wound for them. They have to heal the wound themselves. But they have to let go of all that hurt and pain. They need to cleanse. And they also need to learn to forgive. Whatever has happened to them, it wasn't right, but they have to learn to forgive. They can't keep holding on to it, because the only thing they're doing is keeping themselves in bondage. Forgiving liberates. It will set them free. And even if they were to say that they've forgiven, no, they haven't. They're still holding a grudge, because they feel as though their childhood was either stolen from them, or they feel like someone didn't give them the childhood that they deserved. I feel like there was something different about this person's childhood, and it made them feel less than because of them not having that stability compared to other children around them. I don't know if they felt unwanted or what, but it's really sad. They have to let go and forgive. All right. And so that is the reading, everyone. If you guys resonated with this, or if you liked this reading, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you as a part of the Mystic family. I love each and every one of you guys so much. You take care. Be safe. Until next time, bye.